Whoa! I think it's live. Kickstartversary! Woo! Yeah, I guess I am thankful. That's all. I don't know. I don't have anything specific I wanted to say, but yeah, I was just gonna work today while live streaming, and then if you have any questions or you wanted to request specific tutorials, please do so. I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. How are y'all doing? Well, I expected there to be no one, so this is a great plus. Yeah. Go ahead and just ask anything. I don't know. I'm not very good at preparing stuff ahead of time. What's up? How's your day going? I'm doing all right. Out of curiosity, where did you come from? Like Kickstarter or Twitter or? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Is there anything planning a VM project? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would love to help in any way I can. Just, I guess, let me know. Is there like a specific area you have questions about, or are you curious about a specific area like art and music, or more like just project management, how to plan it? Okay, project management and music. Trying to think of what exactly, how exactly to start with. Okay. Alright, so project management, I'm gonna just go ahead and pull up. There's like a lot of different areas, obviously, that you would need to oversee in making a visual novel. Until the project is far enough, try to find someone else to do it. Yeah, so music is one of those things that can actually wait until later oftentimes. Usually your number one thing is your story. Let's see. So I like to use a lot of project management websites to organize my stuff and just remember, but here's like some of the areas you would need to keep in mind. You have your background art, your CG art, your sprite art, graphics can be like your logos, your UI design, you'll need to design that. Then your music is just basically, it can be a list of tracks. I like to go scoring per like chapter of the story, but you don't have to do that. You can just make a bunch of tracks. And then sound design, voice acting if you're gonna have voice acting, and then your programmer or you to code. So this is, I think this is basically every area you would need for visual novel development. And then when it comes to getting started, I guess you can look at Lemasoft for resources. Often they have a recruitment and services offered if you're looking for people who have like talents that you might need to hire out or ask for volunteers. This is a good place to do it. A lot of visual novel enthusiasts are here. So you might already know about it. So yeah, in terms of music, music can often wait until later. But usually if you don't have prior music experience, you want to hire a composer. But if you are familiar with playing an instrument, you can always give composing a try yourself. I still use GarageBand, so yeah, even basic tools, it can work. Let me see on project management. Just know how to approach it, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you probably will have to break your visual novel into milestones depending on how large or small it is. Something I really like to do... Yeah, it's pretty hard, but something else that I really like to do... Are there any spoilers here? I don't think so. Yeah, there's no spoilers. Okay. Something that I really like to do is to break up into even smaller milestones, which is usually what do I want to get done this month. I think I haven't looked too much into it, but I think this is actually a system that's called Agile Task Management that uses what are called sprints, which are small periods where you just try to crank out a bunch of stuff. And then at the end of the period, you go back, you recap, you look, you see what you need to still do and what you need to move forward. So something that's like really practical and easy is to just track time of how long does it take to do certain tasks, and by calculating that time, figuring out when is it likely to get stuff done. So I really like this site, aura.pm, because you can actually filter by sprint. So I have February sprint and March sprint, but I can filter tasks saying February sprint, and then it only shows me stuff that I have to do in February or that I want to do in February. So I think setting like smaller milestones definitely helps. Um, it's also nice to have this inbox list, in progress list, and then complete list, because your in progress list will help remind you what do you need to follow up on, which contractors do you need to contact again, like I have some contractors who are like a few weeks late or a few months late, which ones do I need to like keep messaging to ask them, hey, when are your assets going to be done? So usually keeping track of what you have going on at the moment is really helpful. Hi, Heidi. I guessed from the snowman. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? Actually, this is a good time to talk about websites, I think, because I love websites so much. So, aura.pm is definitely good. It's just started, so some of the data is a little finicky, some of the functions are a little rough. They're working on performance improvements, but there might be some problems with like syncing and things like that, because they're still in early access / beginner stages. So if you want something that's really stable and has been around for a long time, I use Basecamp for basically my whole assets, and that's because I love how it automatically calculates and gives you a pie chart. That's just a personal thing. I love how it shows you what you already have done and what you have left to do. What else is good? Is that all I use? Oh, accounting. For accounting, I don't actually want to show my financial information. For accounting, I use Wave apps, free. I just put in transactions and stuff, and that will really help you if you are good with your accounting. That'll really help you with your tax season later. And then for communication channels, you can go with Discord or you can go with Slack. Slack is like Discord, but usually for work or professional setting. It has some different features, but I just use Discord because oftentimes in the anime / visual novel community, everybody already has a Discord account. So, actually, yeah, that's kind of all the sites I use. For project. Oh, no, there is one more. Quip. Quip uses documents and stuff, so it's like Google Docs, but I tend to like it because it's prettier. I'm just shallow like that. So for example, I have a spreadsheet with an expression chart, which is your eye variations, your mouth variations, and then your eyebrows. And it's basically a giant matrix of all the possible expressions that like any of the characters should have. And not every character has every expression, obviously, but that's really helpful. Yeah. It's so nice to have like everything in one place. I totally get, like, when you're starting out on a project, everything is just loose leaf. You have no clue where anything is, so. What else? I'm gonna look on my phone. I do a lot of project management on my phone. You know what, I think that's it. I think that's it. So, yeah. I guess it's better to have like fewer sites than a ton so that you have everything in one place, but I thought I had more than that. That's strange. Oh, hi Uncle Steven. Hello, World of Soul. I don't think I quite know you, but I'm glad you can make it. How are you all doing? If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Oh yeah, so this character was sketched by Elphys. Let me see, where can I? Oh, there we go. This character was sketched by Elphys. She gave me this wonderful sketch. And then I added some details, just like spikes and stuff, to make him look roughed up. But yeah, now I'm coloring it. I want to change the shark. Oh, thank you for following the project. Yeah, go ahead and ask questions, like, since there's only a few people, I'm sure, like, it'll be fine, and then I won't just be sitting here awkwardly drawing. Oh, well, it's not really a distraction because it's more like I'm drawing so that if nobody asks questions, I won't just be sitting here being awkward. So it's more like a side thing. Getting stuff done is just a side thing because I actually wanted to celebrate today, but then I realized I have no idea how to celebrate, so I'm just working instead. Oh, Frey! Hi! Thank you for dropping by and gracing us with your presence. Frey is one of the CG artists, so she's wonderful. Does an amazing job. The sprites, you just leave the face blank, draw the features on a separate layer, make it easier. Yeah, so this character is an extra character, which means that he doesn't actually have eyes, so that makes it easy. If you see, I have the outfit layer, and then the mouth layer is on another. And sprites with actual eyes, some people split it up by skin, outfit, and then hair, but I actually like to just, I'm lazy, so I like to just throw everything in one outfit folder rather than have hair, skin, and eyes, because sometimes if you change the clothes, the hair has to change and things like that. Like, for example, this guy has different hats. So outfit is here, and then under mouth, you have mouths. I guess that makes sense. Again, you have eyes. And then special is like, what is it? Oh, like sweat, blush, things like that. Tears, and then brows. So you can, it's hard to see it with this outfit, I guess, but different kinds of expressions, all kinds, so. Doing backgrounds is something I'm terrified of doing. Don't worry. I'm with you. They're suffering. That's why I hire someone to really help, because my goodness, it takes a really long time. The person who I hire, Rothsloth, always creates a SketchUp model. Let me see. I may find this. So she always makes like a SketchUp model that has like no painting or lighting or anything. It's just objects in SketchUp, and then you take away all the textures, so you just have wireframes. And then when you're satisfied with like the layout and stuff like that, she'll do rough paints, which is like colors and overall just things like that. And then you refine it and then end up with something beautiful like this. So yeah, perspective is probably one of the hardest parts. So just you know, so just like take that difficulty away and just use like SketchUp or something. I used to try to do everything freehand. That was a really bad idea. So this is like trying to build the scene bit by bit, but the perspective is just, it's so painstaking, it's not worth it. So The Office, I used SketchUp and it went much faster. So yeah. Hi, Eva. I don't know who you are, but thank you for making it. Let me see if I can open up, let's see, background. I can show you pretty much any background. Is there like a, well, actually I should show you one that I drew because I have the source file and stuff, so. What should I say? Oh yeah, I'll do The Office, why not? Oh, that's my house garage, everybody. Try to ignore that. I'm gonna take this away. Something is different. What is different? Here we go. Okay, so, oftentimes I have things on different layers. You have your like foreground layer, background, and then the very back, which is your room. And then but where the magic actually happens, like this is pretty nice-ish looking, I guess, but it's pretty flat. So what I actually love to do is lighting effects. What do I do here? Sun cutouts. I don't know what it is about anime art, but sun cutouts, like having these shapes where you see sunlight coming in and bleeding in from sources, it just changes everything, and I don't know why. We have sunlight coming in that's more ambient. Vignette. Vignette adds a really cinematic feel. And then there's something called ambient occlusion, which is basically oftentimes when something is far away, it appears like murkier or foggier because of the air quality. So this layer is adding a little bit of that fog in the back and creating more depth. And then this is just more color coming from the windows, a little bit of glare just to show how bright it is. This is tone curve adjustment, which basically helps you color grade things. And then sparkles. Yeah. It's garage again. Don't worry, it'll go away. To be honest, like, I don't really know what I'm doing with backgrounds either. You just kind of mess around for a really long time until you find something that's passable. So... Or, better yet, hire somebody. That's always the best option. If you don't know how to do something, just hire somebody. Which is why crowdfunding campaign and money, unfortunately, is important. So... Meh. Oops. Yeah, that's the great thing about close-up CGs, isn't it? You don't need to put all the work into the background. It's my favorite part. Hold on, my mother texted me. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I have to go run something for my mom. I am back. What was I doing? Oh. make the pose to help? I'm super sorry. I don't know if like my brain's just screwed up, but I don't really. I love how you make the pose you're drawing to help with reference. I'm sorry I keep looking over here, by the way. That's where my chat is set up. So right now I'm just setting up basic gradients for the sprite for general lighting. Thank you. I made the trailer. Some elements are like all the infographics and moving and stuff. I got some of those off of a purchase template. And then, so it gives you the ability to create these infographics, then you render those and then you stick them in the whole thing, so. Well. Yeah, me too. I like videos that have like a bit of movement. Yeah. It shouldn't be hard as long as you have After Effects. There's something called the Puppet tool. Let me see. I can open it up. I'll have to close this. Let's see video. my goodness, what was it? Actually, you know what? I'll just make a new one. That's the easiest way to show. For simple animation, it's not very hard. Whose would be good? I'll just use Beckett. Alright. So, I'm going to drag in my sprite into my project. Drag it into the composition. Oh my goodness, that's way too big. And then After Effects has this wonderful thing called the puppet tool, which makes animation really, really nice. So, let me see. So right now I'm creating points, and then basically you can take this point and move it. His head is moving! So obviously with more time, you refine it, so it doesn't look this crazy, but that's how simple it is with After Effects. You just choose your puppet tool, you make a bunch of pins on the body, and then you move it. Now it's really distorted. So yeah. Alright, how long have you been working on these kinds of projects? Let's see, my first project I joined was Lucid 9, which Elphys is also a part of, and is this project right here. Before Lucid 9, I did not do any UI or graphic design. I was actually trying to go into film. I loved writing above everything. That's how I joined the project, as a writer. But I actually didn't draw either. I didn't draw, didn't do UI design. But Lucid 9 was kind of a boot camp because I ended up having to learn some things. So yeah, that Lucid 9 was really my first user interface experience. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, drawing is still kind of a miracle to me because I've never felt comfortable with it. I was never actually really good at it, and in fact, I was always pretty bad at it. Let's see, like, here's something I drew in 2016, like 2 years ago. The anatomy's like super screwy, it's like really flat. I don't even know what's happening with the clothes rendering, right? But then 1 year later, in Zodiac, the very first sprite that was drawn was Leaf. It's like super different. I don't know what happened. That's why I call it kind of a miracle, because I don't really know what happened. So, I don't know. But Lucid 9 I joined How many years ago? 2 or 3? I think around 3 years ago. I was still mainly writing for them though, so I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that was Irie. I'll never see the light of day again. Doing character sprites. You know what? That is the most important part. The most important part people will judge a visual novel on is the character art. Because it takes a really long time to sell people your story. So they'll usually judge it by its cover, and that will be your character art. Insane that you learned all of this though. I don't know, I still maintain this, like, I still maintain that it's a miracle because I still have no clue what I'm doing. It's like, Studio Theophilus is a sole proprietorship, which means basically I'm the person who owns and runs it. But I only made it because trying to sell a Kickstarter campaign under a brand name looks a lot more credible than, hey, I'm like a no-name random independent person who's trying to run their first project. Give me $10,000. It'll go great. So, yeah. Well, now you've seen it. Now you've seen it. Let me see. You know what? I am going to... Why not? I feel like it. I'll show you a little bit of how I write music. Let's see. So I have... Oh. Did you have to sign legal documents? Yeah. That's something I'm working on improving on. I hate legal stuff. I hate taxes. It's really fortunate that my mom has started businesses and sole proprietorships before, because I still don't really know what I'm doing for there too, but she's like giving me information and stuff. In the United States, if you file as a sole proprietorship, you have to file what's called a fictitious business name, which is basically paperwork that says, here is my business that's not actually an entity, but I'm filing it as a business name. So, yeah. I think what's going to happen is that when I'm closer to releasing this actual product, I'm going to register it as a limited liability corporation, because that'll create the company as a separate entity, which means that not everything will be tied to my personal finances. So, like, if someone sues the company right now, I go personally bankrupt. Like, I have to pay everything out of my personal finances. So that's why I'm probably going to sign up for a limited liability corporation, and then probably ask someone for help, because I just want to make stuff. I don't want to be like looking for loopholes and lawsuits. And my goodness, it's so draining. Yeah, it's super complicated. I hate it. So I just want to make stuff, people. I don't want to fill out paperwork. So I have this keyboard, and it really helps me do stuffs. Yeah, that's the worst part, right? And then at the end, you have to give like 50% of your income just to taxes, because government. It's like, I don't even have money anymore. So that's how it is, though. Let's see. Oh, piano. So this should work. For this part, I'll turn up the desktop audio. Oh yeah. It died. Oh. So yeah, tapping on this keyboard. Sorry. Let me see. I'll turn down that a little bit. So the program I use is GarageBand, which is like it's like the vanilla, it comes with every Mac. It's basically just a music maker. And wow, my memory is really slow right now. I'm gonna quit some of these. You can like plug in virtual instruments so that what you play on like the piano and stuff will tie into that. I'm going to see. I don't know. Oh, no. I will show. I love the choir virtual instrument that I have. This was part of the cost of the Kickstarter, is getting really nice virtual instruments. So sustains. This, I love this. You make just instant instant choir right here. Yeah. Crazy, right? It's so good. Oh my goodness. I don't know why everything is so loud though. Yeah, so before I was trying to input everything manually, like with a keyboard and a normal like computer keyboard and mouse, and it just takes so slow because you have to put in everything with your you have to put in every single note in your chord. So whenever, oh my goodness. My goodness though, why is it so noisy? Oh. Oh yeah. Alright. Other thing that is really nice is this guitar instrument. I don't know if this is knowledge so much as just, this is the reason why I had to crowdfund, was because these instruments cost a lot of money. So, but this is a really nice guitar virtual instrument. Oh, this is kind of fun. This is an instrument that comes built in with GarageBand. It's a violin. Yeah. That is the fun. That's the fun part of music. I guess I'll just open Beckett. I don't know what else to do, so I'll just open the Sprite Beckett. I am glad. I am glad it is fabulous. Fabulous. To be honest, I don't feel like coloring this person right now, though. Oh, it's very quiet. Uh-oh, I closed my playlist. How Zodiac Access started. It started when I'm an otome player. I play like a lot of otomes. But the funny thing is that as much as I enjoy them from an entertainment perspective, how can I put this? I didn't feel like the storylines are very satisfying. It's oftentimes pretty shallow fun, like action flicks. But I kind of wanted something with like a little more substance, and even playing through like the ones that are more critically acclaimed, like Code Realize. What else have I played? I played like Nord 9 and Amnesia. Those are pretty bad, but so fun. But anyway, yeah, the idea came with like, I wanted to make a game that I wanted to play. Yay! Control pad. Okay, I want to make a game that I want to play. So I looked around a lot for otomes that kind of had story elements that I really enjoyed, and I didn't find one. So that's just really where it started out. And then, oh, you played Nord 9 too? How did you like it? The like 12 romanceable heroes, none of whom get any character development. Actually, no, there's 9 romanceable heroes, aren't there? Not 12, I'm sorry. I'm insane. So yeah, it just came from, I want an otome with cute romanceable guys that like has a little more sustenance. So that's where I really am coming from. And then I've always really loved the Chinese Zodiac as a story element. I've never read Fruits Basket, but I've heard that's really good. But yeah, so it came from otome plus Zodiac. But I don't like to use the language otome when I'm referring to Zodiac axis, simply because a lot of otome players will be disappointed. The romance happens pretty late because a lot is spent delving into the characters, angst. I'm joking. Am I? I don't know. But basically, a lot of times people who play otome are there for like the cute guys and the quick romance, and that's just not the case. So that's why often we only use the language visual novel. Right? Nord 9, you're just like, what's going on? I don't know, but I'm still playing it, and it's still fun. Oh my goodness. Amnesia was pretty similar, where it's just like, these relationships are so unhealthy, but I'm still playing it. I don't know. It really feels like the girls' version of action flicks to me, where you know it doesn't really have substance and you don't pretend that it does, but it's still really enjoyable, so it's a great hobby. One that I really want to play though is Collar X Malice. I've heard that's really good. So, yeah. Oh, and then Zodiac was at first supposed to be a short visual novel, but then as I was writing the story, a really key twist popped up. It hasn't shown up yet. It'll show up in the next release, which I'm really excited for. But after making that twist, I was like, okay, this is gonna be really long, so. Different decisions, right? And then, you know what's just really weird is just, there's so much potential that they have superpowers, and what happens? They just have like a weird, hallucinogenic fairy tale dream, and they like wander around and they're like, I'm Red Riding Hood, I'm the big bad wolf, dude. I don't know. Collar Malice is good? Okay, I have to get it. I saw crime and a cop, and I'm like, sold, so I hope it's really good. I want to try it. Yeah, I think you'll appreciate it, Alphys. I think you'll like the twist. I don't think everybody will, though. Like I said, I'm a little apprehensive that during the Kickstarter launch and stuff, everybody who was like marketing it, which I'm really thankful for, but like all the sites and bloggers have all been calling it an otome, and I'm like, your otome crowd is not going to be happy. This is going to appeal more to people who like mystery and probably crime. I don't know. There is romance a lot, like, later, though, so. There's, like, nothing in Common Root. Don't expect romance in Common Root. Alright. I saw that Axis had a Valentine's sale. Collar X Malice is 50% off, but I'm so cheap. I'm too used to Steam sales, you know, where they're like 75% off. I'm like, it's only 50. I can't take only 50. I'm really cheap. It's really bad. Don't be like me. Support your developers. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I know if someone messaged me like that, I'd just be like, dude, just save. You know how many man hours went into this game? You know how many blood, sweat, and tears it has? Like, how can you ask for more sales? I'm sorry. I'll have to earn more money. Release this game, become like a multi-billionaire, right? And then just buy all the otomes. There we go. Perfect life plan, nothing could go wrong. Yeah, I have Color X Malice I want to try, Period Cube, Bad Apple Wars, all the recent ones. There's been a lot of recent releases. It's really cool, actually, so. Good enough, I think. Yeah! Actually, in general, more visual novels are coming out, which is pretty cool. Yeah, visual novels. They're like novels, but better. They also take a lot more people. I am tired of this song. 아이고야, 뭐야. Like, sure, absolutely. You can also just tweet at me whenever, you know, like, it's not like I'm not the president. I don't only take questions at a certain time, so you can just shoot on anything. I don't really want to draw this guy right now. It's time for lunch. I ate a late breakfast though. Unfortunately, Sprites is really the area I need to get done. Thanks for dropping by. Hey, what up? Nothing. I'm just, I don't know. I'm like drawing, and then anyone who has questions or wants tutorials can go ahead and ask. So, do you want to know anything? Just kidding. You probably know more than I do. I don't know, dude. Poll results say otherwise. Yeah, husband wars. Do you see this right here? The 64% Beckett. Oh yeah? Why are you a Beckett fan? I'll play his theme. Why are you a Beckett fan, eh? Okay. Okay. I know this what surprises me though, that Leaf is more the silent type. I love his wit too. No bias. And a hat. Sword 10 out of 10. Who is my bias? I'm glad the hat is like his #1 character trait, so even when he was started, let's see. Where's his concept? It's like old concept art, but here we go. Hat was always a thing, and then it was blue, but he looked too much like kind of a dreamy artist, so it changed to brown. There's a true root. There has to be a canon husband. But like who my bias is. I'm writing their roots right now. I'm kind of writing all the roots simultaneously just because my brain works easier when there's variety. Holt has the best chemistry with Allison. Following that is Beckett. But as for who is most fun to write, I really like Dexter and Allison's dynamic, but you don't see them for a really long time, so. I love July. I think I like Marin even more. I think I do. Marin is my spirit animal. She says everything I want to say but can't. That profile picture. You drew the awesome like GB fan art comic thing. Holt in his Bye Felicia shirt. How are you doing, Isabella? Yeah! It's her. Hold on, there's a lot of lag. Can I do anything about that? No, I can't. Oh my goodness, school day at 5 a.m. I'm so sorry. Oh my. I'm very honored though that you could come. Let me see. Where would it be? I'm gonna see if I can message it, because it's the best. Where would that be? We tweet too much to cut down the number of tweets. There we go. Found it. There. Oh, I'm glad. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to shoot them. I'm like drawing so I don't feel awkward when there's no questions. So feel free to ask anything at all. Even stuff that I have no idea about, like quantum physics. I can't give you a very good answer, but it exists. Probably. Don't do it, you don't. No science, please. Oh no! Doing line art for CGs is tough. What brush do you use? Let me see. I actually really like line art. That's my favorite step, I think, because it's simple and straightforward. I use Clip Studio Paint, just the basic version, and then I just use the line tool. The brush size is between 7 and 10, and I don't know. Let me see if I have a sketch to line. No, actually I don't. Not in recent memory that I know. Oh well, you know, I'll just do it as a... Let's see. I don't know, I just line, I guess. I I guess I'm not as careful as some artists can be, but oftentimes I'll like sketch everything at once and then I'll go back and clean it a little bit later. So for example, at first it'll look like this. Go back in and just smooth out a little bit connecting, because then you have the smooth lines. Because the thing is, that's the reason why the canvas is made so big, right? So that people can't zoom in on all the flaws and stuff. But yeah. So that's basically what it would look like just for the whole sprite. I don't know if that helped. I hope that helped. But let me know if you have any like follow-up questions or something. I'm not very helpful in that regard because I enjoy doing it. Common inspirations for your designs. Specifically for Zodiac, I always reference modern Korean fashion. So for the main characters. And then for traditional designs, it's a mix of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, or others. So let's see. So this whole like button-up shirt beneath an argyle vest thing feels very modern Korean to me. Maybe that's just me, but that's what it feels like. His is just, okay, Dexter's weird. He's just wacko. There are spoilers related to his design, so I can't talk too much about his design. Halt is based off of just Merc and Biker. July is very modern Korean style. The suspenders, high waist, with the high waist shorts and things like that. And then the shirt with like kind of the cute design. I'm like a big fan of Korean fashion. That's basically where I get all my clothes. So yeah, that's I think the trend is that I will tend to pick for the main characters modern Korean fashion. Side characters, it's more varied. This guy is just supposed to look like a gangster, so he's just, I don't know. Actually, Elf has designed him, so ask her. Oh yeah, I could line. I'd have to open Discord though, then everybody could see my private messages. Spoopy! He's great. I think he's my favorite. Yeah, you know what? I really like his alternate outfit. I think I like his alternate more than his main because his alternate feels really down to earth. Yeah. He looks actually approachable rather than just like some troll dude who's just running around saving people from fires. I don't know. You're a sucker for the mysterious. Ooh. I don't know if he'll stay mysterious, but he's not really that archetype. He's more troll, I guess, but I hope you will still enjoy how his character turns out. And let's see. It's the Battle of Halt and Beckett. What goes into your composing process? Oh, I opened up my music program earlier, but I think actually showing the process might be more helpful. How about you guys get to pick what? I'll turn up the audio. Oh, that's because this variation of Halt's theme never showed up in the demo. What you heard was the electric guitar version, which is more modern. So it uses acoustic guitar and electric guitar, because the one I just played is really sad. So it's not so good for the normal scenes. Let's see. Oh, you guys said, what kind of song do you want to be composed? And I'll just make one so you can. What kind? Someone give me a kind of song like sad, happy, cinematic, hard metal. No, I can't compose metal. Don't make me compose metal. Punk? No, okay. Let me rephrase. What mood of song? Happy, sad, comedic, jazzy, 'cause fun, jokey music. Okay, fun, jokey music. What I will do, fun, jokey music often uses pizzicatos, and then percussive instruments like a glockenspiel. What is this? I've never seen that before. Mallet. Oh, marimba. It feels very quiet. Let me know how the volume is, by the way, if you need it louder, softer. The funny thing is, you don't know that that's actually relevant. Let's see. What will I do? So first of all is the ideation. I'm going to pick what I consider the key instrument and like mess around to see what kind of themes can come up with. So usually for key instrumentation for comedic, I will start with a string pizzicato. All right. Turn up volume. Comedic music often has like weird chords that are kind of, what do you call them again? I don't know. I didn't actually take composing, so I don't know the words for any of these, but they like sound weird. They're dissonance, that's the word. So none of them sound like normal chords. Let's see. I selected an option on YouTube that should make the live stream available for any kind of playback and stuff. It's possible something can go wrong. I hope not, but it should be around for you. So, thank you so much for dropping by though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to get up so early. Let's see. I like the key of D for this. Yeah, this is a lot of my composing, which is playing around on the keyboard, not knowing anything about what I'm doing. If it's not working, just switch to something else. I can switch to drums. Do a click. What? What? Well, I'm trying to do a snap and I don't know how, so I still don't know what I'm doing. I think comedic is too hard. There's a reason why there's only one comedic track. A calming song. My sustain pedal is inversed. Oh, now it's dead. Why you do this to me? Well. Technical difficulties. I go. Still too fast. Wow, this is a very slow song. Okay. So this is something that just came up with, so now I'm going to think of how to layer it. Oh yeah. This sounds jazzy to me. Gonna make a bass now for the lower part. Hold it. I don't know what I'm gonna save this as, very random. Who knows? What else do I want to add? What? Oh my goodness. That is so bizarre. I made this a whole measure later. How do you balance stay organized? That's something actually that this project is really stretching me and that I'm still learning about is since starting this project and then doing contract work, I don't really have time to myself, but I'm trying to learn how to start that balance of you need time to yourself until you refresh yourself, otherwise you can't make anything of good creative quality. So the answer is I'm still working on that. Some things I will do is like I always take one day of the week where I shut off completely all of like my work channels and stuff. So I don't go on Discord, I don't check my email, I don't turn on my computer because I'll just work. I do let myself use my phone. Work hard, play hard. That's the idea, but I end up just not playing and I just work. Yeah. So that day is Sundays. That's the day where I'm like, I can't even go on to channels because I'm a person with very weak boundaries. So if I get an email from someone and they need me to do something, I'm going to just think about it the whole day and I'm just going to want to work the whole day. So I have to completely shut it off. And work hard, work harder is usually how it ends up, right? So, yeah. Let's see. The nice thing about this project is that, ironically, because I have so many things to do, I can refresh myself with variety. So, like, if I get tired of writing music, I can just go write. Or if I get tired of writing, I can just go do some design. The one exception is that art is so time consuming and there's so much of it that I always have to be drawing, and that's why I get a lot of art burnout. So boundaries are always hard. It's also hard when you turn all your hobbies into your job. So like I'm really privileged to be able to do that and to be able to make this project without worrying too much about like my livelihood or my bills and things like that. But like as a result, when I'm supposed to take a vacation, I'm like, I have no hobbies. My hobbies were drawing, my hobbies were composing, were writing music, you know, my hobbies were doing all these things that now are part of the project. So whenever I do them, I think of doing work. So been trying not to be a workaholic, otherwise you'll feel overwhelmed. Take a break for a month. It's that's really good. I'm actually envious of you. That's really good. Someone who's able to put down boundaries, that's really valuable. A lot of times I will literally work myself sick, and that's where Antioch, my brother, will often have to set boundaries for me. Like, I'll be working on something, and he'll be like, why is my computer being possessed? I'm not clicking anything, and it's changing windows on me. Spoopy! Antioch, my brother, will often walk into my room and be like, you're working too hard. Come, take a walk with me. So that was really valuable. Go mug people. Yeah, it's a great hobby. That'll give me money too, so I don't have to work as hard, right? I can just hire people. Yeah, I think it's really relatable that you'll feel overwhelmed and want to take a break for a month because I face a lot of burnout problems and I'm still trying to figure out how to get through it because it's tough when you feel like you have all these backers who, even though they're supportive of you, you want to make sure that you're like being responsible with your time and you can get your product out in time. So it's like always pushing. Yeah, well, I also just don't like cooking. Do you like cooking? It's good that your brothers worry for you, though. That's what brothers are for. That's like the best part, honestly, right? My brother does not suck, you. He knows my brother. He's my brother's friend. I met him through my brother, so he can say that. Right? If we could be billionaires, we would just hire people to cook, right? That's how it works. What is time to grocery shop? You mean grocery shop for ramen, right? Money to grocery shop. It's like I am very privileged. My parents were not typical. They were not like the... Oh, I should turn my music down. My parents were not like the typical, you know, you have to go in med school or law or anything like that. They were actually really supportive, so I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, take a break. And then oftentimes when you come back from your break, you'll like feel so much more refreshed. I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm gonna code a bit. What was I doing? I was going to code and then I remembered that it's full of spoilers, so yeah, I'm not going to code. That's really good. That's true. It's probably better than drugs, right? Or getting drunk. Got folders for days. Yes, there is. Backgrounds. CGs are split into character roots. Fonts are fonts. Music. Placeholders. Sound effects. Sprites are per character. There's a lot of them. How many sprites are there? Let me check. How many image files? Oh wait. That was a bad idea. I regret this. Well, let's see. Image files include, so people are split up with like expressions and then the body file. Let's see. 86, 184, 20, 80, 55. Oh, I should be keeping count. $86. 184. 80. 425. 14. 8. 7. Why does Halt have so many files? What the? 5. 67. 102. 117. Oh my goodness. There are just way too many people. 1,000. 12 count. I don't think they count. Alright. 1,194 image files, including the body and then all the expressions. So, that's a lot. I still got more. Oh yeah, there's a lot of voice files too. I thought so, but I don't know if it gives a file count. Yeah, it does not give a file count. It does say 92 items though, when you say how many items? 18. Zodiac access is the same in an alternate reality. Faces only, no body. That would be horrifying. Let's see, what's a really horrifying expression? New game plus. Okay, thanks. Alright. Alright, enough sad music. Okay. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for dropping by. As usual, welcome any new or old people. Go ahead and just, I don't know, it's very informal. Go ahead, just ask any questions as they arise or just hang out. Good night! Good night, Alphas. Advertising project. I didn't do a lot of marketing, actually. I probably should have done more, but it just doesn't interest me that much. So, all I did was really post on social media and Facebook and things like that. Yeah, I didn't really advertise it that much. I really should have. I just posted regularly, I guess, and I don't know. It's like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Nothing unique or special about that. But I know there's other things you can do, like, you can contact, if you have a demo, you can contact Let's Players and bloggers, and my music is kind of loud. You can contact Let's Players and bloggers, or you can have a Thunderclap campaign, which basically has people sign up to all tweet or Facebook message at the same time. So this is something that a lot of indie devs have done too. The reason why I didn't do it is because it requires like 30 days for a campaign, and I had no clue when my campaign was actually going to launch. So, yeah, but it's a good idea. The first demo I made was only 5 minutes long, and each sprite had only one pose. Each character had only one pose. And I only had one background done. I had 2 backgrounds done. So in terms of the scope of the larger project, basically nothing, but that was because I started the project pretty prematurely because I wanted the Kickstarter to be a litmus test to see if I could actually get funding for this kind of visual novel, so that I didn't all into it, try to sell it, and then later find out nobody actually wanted it. So it was a very premature move. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but at my current life circumstance, I was debating, do I want to take a gap year and really all in on this project, or do I want to just kind of make it my part-time little hobby on the side while I work on school? And then because the Kickstarter succeeded, that was kind of my sign to be like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to go for this full-time, so the answer is, how much work did I have done? Basically nothing. Not a good idea. But the more you have done before your Kickstarting campaign, the better off you'll definitely be. I mean, that's one of the trade-offs, both advantage and disadvantage of Kickstarter, right? It's like you can throw out like your social media campaigns all you want, but in the end, are people going to actually give money? So a Kickstarter campaign is nice because people expect there to like be delays or be slows or like be problems, but they're still willing to support you, and that really helps you gauge how successful your product will be later. But it doesn't feel very good because you have like so long. Game development takes so long that you have to tell them, hey, you're not gonna, you know, you get to buy the game now and you'll get it like 5 years later, right? So that's the tough part. You can definitely do like promotional stuff that'll help you like see if you get a social media gathering and stuff. But for example, like we have a really small social media reach and we still reached our funding. So it's not always perfectly indicative of whether your campaign will be a success or not, but it does help. So. Do some work, jumping the gun. Is there a reason why it would be jumping the gun? Like, do you not have your ideation yet? Or, cause Sprites starting early is probably one of the best things that can happen, since they take so long. That makes sense then. You could always design and draw like one character who you absolutely know is going to be in there. Ah, okay. Collab project. Got it. What is the chance science will be able to give us mutant powers? Highly unlikely. Do you want to know why? Because the light weapons alone make absolutely no sense. Like, in what universe? In what universe can this exist? This very precise weapon made of nothing but whiteness and surrounded by lots of glowing stuff. But yeah, every character has like a different kind of superpower, so... So I also feel like it would vary, because scientifically developing super speed is different from scientifically developing telepathy. And then one of the powers makes no scientific sense, so I don't think it could ever be developed. I would love to have superpowers too. Who would it be? Leafs. Which is... Spoiler! Not really. Super speed. actually. Yep, basically. I don't usually listen to the soundtrack when working on the project. I get tired of it. It's more because I don't want to get blocked for copyright. I usually listen to movie soundtracks, but recently I've been trying to listen to podcasts because they can be really like informative and I can feel like I'm actually learning something, so. But were it not for copyright, I wouldn't listen to the soundtrack. No. I listen to like productivity and leadership podcasts or history. I watch Crit Roll with you, dude. Why do I need a podcast? I watch with you. You're right, not season 1. I did not. But I'm finding watching it, there's a lot of humor in like their body language. So I feel like it would. By playable stuff, do you mean more content? Because what I'm working on right now is the Common Root release, which will be available to all the backers, and is probably going to come up late next month if I can draw fast enough. Yeah, there's a development schedule. And shows to whom it would be available. But you program, so I mean, you get to basically get all of them. So Common Root, not January, it'll be probably late March or early April. the route order is still to be determined because I'm writing them all simultaneously, so I'm just going to pick whichever one gets written first, finished first, is the one that will be released first. So they'll release in like some order, and each time they'll be available to the beta testers. And then there's a full release, which is true route, and all the hero routes. That's also testers, and then you have public release. There's so much stuff to make in this game. Thank you! I'm very honored. I'm sorry, I'm making it as fast as I can. I also want it to be out as soon as I can. But it takes lots of time. Yeah, like World of Soul, dude. The best. You can get beta access or just a copy on BackerKit, and all those funds will go into the project. I don't keep these funds personally, I just like hire, it lets me hire other people like Frey to do CGs for me. So that it gets done faster. Yeah. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will ask out of curiosity. I know that the cliffhanger end is pretty open-ended, so I'm wondering what direction you think it's going to take. Will it be more like fantasy-like, etc.? Oh, thank you for waiting. It's gonna become a mecha, obviously. horror game in disguise. I feel like people might feel scammed if it's actually a horror game. Oh no. Covermaker! Nah. Just Dexter. Bug life. What's this guy doing? There we go. Have no idea where the game's gonna head next. I hope it doesn't go a direction you're disappointed with, or rather, I hope it goes a direction that you will enjoy. It's rather different, so I don't want people to feel scammed. Am I on the last layer? What? Why'd that happen? That's crazy talk. I think I'm on the last layer. Wow, crazy. War between the characters. Choose best husband. Talk about first world problems, man. Welcome any new people. I forgot my camera's here. Welcome any new people. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask or whatever. It's really informal, so any Q&A, any requested tutorials is fine. In the meantime, I'm just working, I guess. Who is the character I'm working on? This is a random thug. Unnamed. Generally unpleasant person, though. Or he is supposed to seem generally unpleasant. Thug-kun. Yep. Basically. He He is not very nice to the main characters at some unnamed point in the story. He looks like a Brian. You know what? Let's go with it. His name is Brian. How did I come up with the character names? How did I? They're just names that I like, I guess. And let me see. Is there anything that can trigger my memory? Yeah, I mean, I actually called them all by their zodiac signs, which tells me that I probably didn't actually have their names planned out at first. Babynames.org. Zax is a name that I used. I used the name Zax for another story that I never finished, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna use it. So that was that. Leaf was because rabbits eat plants. So I just went for Leaf. I don't know how Hulk got his name, I don't remember. Dexter is just because I like the name Dexter. Beckett's just because I like the name Beckett. So, yeah, not very satisfying answers, but that's basically how it went. Yeah, old Dexter. His old pose. You also see the Argyle on Beckett's is a different color, and then the logo is different too. But a lot of times for character names, I'll either just pick a name that I like that seems to fit them, or look up baby names, yeah. Names are not usually the hard part, just because after you cycle through a few, you feel like there's a specific name that the character has kind of chosen. Just from their personality, it just fits. So... Okay. I think he looks tough enough, more or less. gentle and mysterious like nature. Rabbits eat plants. He's the rabbit, dude! I don't know! Okay. So expressions is where I'm lazy and I just copy paste from someone else's. I've been listening to this for a while. That would be funny though if someone psychoanalyzed the names or meanings. It's just like English class all over again. I'm lazy, I don't want to redraw expressions. Nah. A commanding presence that makes you stop. There we go. He is called Halt because rabbits eat plants. He's called Dexter because he has dexterity. Ah! I do remember July was originally called February because her original personality was much gentler, but then she became really optimistic. So February is more of like a low-key name. So I changed it to July because July sounds peppier. Welcome to any new people. Feel free to ask questions or tutorials or whatever you want. They're just such thug expressions. I'm running out of music to play. All right. See you soon. You know what? If it's supposed to be a celebration, what is a celebration without candy? That's alright. This is what Valentine's Day is for candy sales when it's done. I think these are the only mouths he needs. Oh, oops. Brian, he is born. Boom. He looks really thuggy. Alright, there's a second step to making poses. Oh, use halts, why not? And that's adding the color grading so that it shows up nicely in on the backgrounds. Otherwise the sprites would look really flat. Well, he's so tiny, what? What the... I'm so confused right now. Why is he so small? What's happening? What is with the size? Right, fine. Gonna have to do it the regular way. Actually, I should measure against Leaf. Leaf is the first sprite, so I used to, till I got lazy, measure everyone against him. Good enough. I went into that briefly, but basically, the way my background artist usually works, and now the way that I usually work is we set up the scene in like SketchUp first, because perspective is a pain, and then render it by painting over that. So while at first I did stuff freehand, but it takes so long that it's just not worth it. So this was the setup of the office in SketchUp. So just took the line art of the room and then put in the objects. Some objects have to be done from scratch because it just SketchUp doesn't have them. So a lot of the objects here actually. And then light map, which is basically how do I want the overall lighting to fall, and then from there you paint it. So that's usually the typical process, but it takes a really long time, so yeah. And then something that I wanted all the backgrounds to share is that Zodiac Axis takes place in an area that is kind of a fusion of Western and like Asian lore, so like modern Asian cities. So a lot of architecture and stuff reflects that. I will show you. You basically miss nothing. So. Wait, is it pose day? Day pose. Day pose. No. I actually have a background in progress right now. I'll probably work on that. Alright, so what I am working on right now, oh boy, so this is the scene setup in SketchUp. I was lining over it, but I have to add a few more objects, like I have to add all the bushes and stuff, because those don't look good in 3D, so you basically just paint over. And then I want to change the windows too, because they look too uniform to me. So, let's see. Yay! We only have a little bit left. So let's see. Asian influences, or basically Asian influences everywhere. Allison's apartment, this pattern. The fact that this kind of looks like cherry blossom branch. The sliding fixture, even the like kettle and everything. Rosloff did a really good job. So they're just kind of everywhere. Obviously, Season Way is based off of Chinatown. Yeah. Siren of Lake Lun. Alright, I have something to compose. It's supposed to be the opening for like something that sounds like a musical. Hello, welcome! Person. Jack, I do not know you, I'm sorry. I'm not writing a musical, but there's a scene in the game where oh wait, that's a split. Oh well, where characters go to see a musical, so I need a lush opening. Cool! Awesome. Cool. Yo, congrats. Oyo. Thank you. What are you doing here if you're in Hamilton at Victoria Palace Theatre? Thank you. Sleep well. Soothing. Oh, I need a metronome. Way up. I am supposed to be celebrating, but I do not know how to celebrate, so I might actually conclude the stream here. The gangster finished a lot sooner than I expected, so yeah, I think I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for tuning in and for all the support in the past year. I hope to keep being like on time and prompt and good with like my time management, I guess, and be able to create a product with all the wonderful, talented people who are also a part of the project. So I hope you can look forward to the result and that Common Root will be coming out soon if I can finish drawing in time. So that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye-bye.